What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live this afternoon here on YouTube and Twitch. And today, it's the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League first leg action between Atletico Madrid of Spain and Chelsea of England. It should be a good one. This game was supposed to be hosted by Atletico Madrid. Instead, it's being played in Bucharest because of protocol that doesn't allow any English people, teams, whatever, to travel to Spain. So this is technically an Atleti home game. Away goal rules are still in effect. And hope you guys enjoy the play-by-play broadcast of this one, which is just underway. About 4 minutes in, 0-0, Chelsea in possession. And while I'm at it, let's get to the starting lineups. Atletico, of course, led by longtime coach Diego Simeone. It's Jan Oblak in goal. Meanwhile, the back line consisting of Marcos Llorente, Stefan Savic, Felipe, and Mario Hermoso. In the midfield, it's Angel Correa, the captain Koke, along with Saul and Tomas Lemar. And then up top, it is the dynamic duo of Luis Suarez and João Felix. Meanwhile, for Chelsea, who are led by relatively new head coach Thomas Tuchel, of course, after Frank Lampard was sacked, it's Eduard Mendy in goal. It's a back three that Tuchel is going out with tonight. Antonio Rudiger, Andreas Christensen, and Cesar Azpilicueta. Then it's Marcos Alonso, Mateo Kovacic, Jorginho, and surprisingly, you could say Callum Hudson-Odoi in the midfield. Up top, it is Timo Werner and Mason Mount. Of course, Hudson-Odoi was involved in a bit of controversy on Saturday in the Premier League when he was brought in by Tuchel, and then about 20 minutes later taken out because Tuchel didn't like the body language that was on display from Hudson-Odoi. But since then, and even before that, Tuchel was speaking highly of Hudson-Odoi, just wasn't happy with him on the day, but does decide to start him in this Champions League round of 16 tie. All right, so Chelsea with a majority of the possession to start this match. This is Antonio Rudiger with it for Chelsea. Rudiger back to Christensen. Away goals still in effect, even though this Atleti home game is taking place in Bucharest. This is now over to Rudiger again. Rudiger finds Kovacic. Jorginho goes wide. Here's Hudson-Odoi. He'll lay it back. And it's driven in by Mount, but blocked on the effort. Here's Jorginho again. Through ball. Won't make its way to Mount, but it is a corner kick coming up for Chelsea, the first of the game. So Atleti sitting back to start this match, not too big of a surprise. You know, this was expected to be quite a cagey affair. Although this season, Atleti are a bit of a different Atleti side than we're used to seeing. Definitely more attacking minded, but after all, it is still the same type of tactics from Diego Simeone. And I'm not saying they're bad tactics at all. Simeone's done quite a good job at Atletico Madrid, who, of course, lead La Liga, as that corner is headed away. Hudson-Odoi will take the throw-in for Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi to Mount. And Suarez forces the steal. Here's Koke. His pass just gets through over to Savic. Now it's out wide. Heavy challenge on Llorente. And it will be a foul called against Antonio Rudiger. A bit reckless there was Rudiger. There wasn't much in it. However, he did come in late. And a free kick coming up for Atletico. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. European streams get more views than American streams on YouTube, really. Thanks, Isaac, for stopping by. I don't know. I just looked at my stream on my phone, and for whatever reason, the chat is delayed on my end. So I saw your comment on my phone before I did on up here on my computer, which was weird. But now I see it here. Yeah, that is interesting. I did not know that, as this is floated into the back post, and Alonso is there for Chelsea to head it away. A corner kick, though, is coming up for Atletico Madrid. And it will be Angel Correa to take it. It's because of the users on the platform. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. That is interesting. I never thought about that. This is played short. Back to Correa. Now it's Thomas Lemar. Koke couldn't thread it through, but it will be an Atleti throw-in. All right, yeah. I guess that's another factor, yeah. Nine minutes played. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This should be an interesting two-legged affair in this round of 16 matchup in the Champions League. Of course, Chelsea have had their ups and downs throughout the Premier League season, coming off a disappointing draw at the weekend against Southampton. And Atletico Madrid they've been doing well in La Liga, but the last couple of weeks they have had some disappointing results, as that cross from Lemar is comfortably dealt with for Mendy. All right, I welcome in everyone viewing on Twitch. I apologize, I had some technical difficulties getting it started on there, but we are now live on both platforms. 10 minutes played from Bucharest, 0-0 between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. Here is Jorginho. We do have an update for you at the Olympic Stadium in Rome. It's Bayern Munich who have struck first against Lazio, and it's none other than Robert Lewandowski. The guy does not stop scoring. 1-0 Bayern, 9 minutes in. A bad giveaway from Lazio attack, and Lewandowski was there to capitalize. So an unsurprising goal for Bayern early on, but that's just the start they were looking for. And Lazio with an uphill battle already as Bayern get that early away goal. Meanwhile, here between Atleti and Chelsea, it's Kovacic with the ball. Now Rudiger. He goes wide for Alonso. Christensen. And that's over for a goal kick. Well, Chelsea with a lot of the possession to start, but not really testing Jan Oblak quite yet. A lot of the possession to start, but not really testing Jan Oblak quite yet. As Oblak takes the goal kick. And that's out of play for an Atleti throw-in. Applying the pressure here is Timo Werner. And it's nearly given away. Nice touch by Correa. And Atleti do retain possession. This is now Saul. Wide now down this right-hand side, it's Llorente. Llorente with the ball in. Rudiger there to clear. It's now back with Correa. Now a foul will be called. Llorente taken out. And it will be a free kick. "14 minutes played, 0-0 between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea." Hope you guys are enjoying. Free kick down the line. Luis Suarez comes away with it. Suarez driving into the box. Suarez to the back post, and it can't be finished. What a chance it was. Luis Suarez, with an unbelievable effort, just put his head down and didn't back down here. Just fending off Rudiger. It was a beautiful service to the back post, but just not quite able to get there in time. Was Thomas Lemar. Callum Hudson-Odoi was looking to track back and pick up Lemar. What an opportunity. It's Atletico with an early chance. Here is Rudiger. Quarter of an hour played, and Atleti showing why they will be a tough test, because they are a team with flair on the counterattack. This is wide with Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi with a through ball. Mason Mount, good ball in across the 6-yard box, but no one getting on the end of the delivery. Timo Werner was right there, just couldn't get a foot on it. And it'll be a goal kick for Atletico. Actually, that went out over the sideline, pardon me. So it will be a throw-in, rather. It's thrown up the line towards Suarez. But he falls down, and now it's Christensen, the center back, who plays it back to Mendy. Here's Kovacic. Now it's Marcos Alonso. Kovacic to Rudiger. No score early on the first leg of this round of 16 matchup between Atleti and Chelsea. Rudiger ahead to Kovacic. Kovacic has space. Through ball, chased down by Alonso. What a nice recovery as Llorente gets there first, but his clearance ends up right into the feet of Rudiger. Jorginho looks wide. Here's Hudson-Odoi. Kovacic again. Atleti with everyone behind the ball. Azpilicueta to Mount. Tight space on that far side. Mount gets it back. Now it's Antonio Rudiger again. Werner, nice one too. Werner in the box, goes down. Nothing called as the referee holds on to the whistle. Now Atleti again under a bit of pressure. And the delivery in is cleared. Hudson-Odoi with the service, and it's out for a throw-in. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated as always. Hope you guys are enjoying. So a throw-in for Atleti. What a difference Suarez has made for this team. That's a poor giveaway. Stolen in the middle by Werner. Looks like he took a cleat to the arm. Play continues. Alonso, Kovacic back to Werner, who appears to be all right. but still wincing as he plays it out wide for Azpilicueta. Now it's out wide with Kovacic. Werner, 1v1, gets around Correa and does win a corner kick. Werner still clutching at that right arm of his. I believe he took a cleat to the arm. Corner kick on the way for the Blues. And so Mason Mount is standing over the corner kick. 19 minutes in, still no score. It's played short to Hudson-Odoi. Now it's Jorginho. Through ball too strong for Mason Mount. And an opportunity wasted for Chelsea. The goal kick in the end. Going back to that penalty shout from Werner. There didn't seem to be much in the challenge from Angel Correa. Werner clearly thought different, but he was always going down. Werner was, no matter whether there was contact or not. So in the end, a fair no call from the referee. 20 minutes played, 0-0 between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. This is back with Mendy. How good has he been, the goalkeeper for Chelsea? But this is probably the biggest game. It is the biggest game he's played with for Chelsea up to this point. Can he perform at the level he's been performing at when the stage is the brightest? Chelsea moving it along the back line. It's a back three, as I mentioned, a 3-4-2 formation for 3-4-2-1 formation, I should say, from Thomas Tuchel. Here is Marcos Alonso for Chelsea. Back now to Kovacic. By the way, when announcing the lineups, I believe I forgot to mention Olivier Giroud. I apologize for that. I was in so much of a rush to get the broadcast going after getting home from school that I think I left out the fact that Giroud was in the starting lineup. So I apologize for that. But he is, now you know. Here is an Atleti goal kick. Jan Oblak. I think definitely one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's been phenomenal for Atletico Madrid for years now. And when Chelsea were searching for a goalkeeper, Oblak was one on their list, but Chelsea weren't pleased with how much Atleti wanted in a possible transfer, and that shows you how valuable he is to this Atletico Madrid team. So Chelsea would eventually, of course, get Edouard Mendy, who was playing for Rennes in France. Knocked off the ball there was Kovacic. It's cleanly done according to the referee, as Koke finds Correa. Now it's Hermoso into the Portuguese João Felix. He has it stolen away by Cesar Azpilicueta. Last touch got too far ahead of Mason Mount, though. Atleti back with it. This is Jan Oblak under some pressure. He plays it out wide. Lamar goes down, and a foul is called. It goes against Mount, who's pleading his innocence. But the referee is not having any of it. Well, to be fair, Lamar did put himself in that situation. And you could say that's smart play by Lamar. His last touch was into space, and then Mount, yeah, I suppose got in the way. Probably the correct decision by the referee. Here's a through ball. Can't quite connect. The right idea from Mount. It's won back by Kovacic. No foul called. Can Chelsea create an opportunity here? It's Callum Hudson-Odoi who cuts it back, but in the way was Hermoso for Atleti. They turn it over. Yeah, Chelsea are making things a bit uncomfortable at the back, I should say, for Atletico Madrid. Atleti wearing their usual home kits, the red and white stripes. Chelsea in their light blue uniforms. Kovacic couldn't get it to Mount. Now a strike from distance. And Oblak got down quick enough to deny Marcos Alonso. We've seen Alonso on occasion score a super goal like that from distance. Alonso's really been out of the picture. He certainly was with Frank Lampard for a while, but all of a sudden, Thomas Tuchel has favored Alonso, who's now playing a midfield role. And it wasn't a bad effort with the left foot, but more was needed against a goalkeeper like Oblak. We've got another update in the other match taking place right now in the Champions League. Lazio, Bayern Munich, 24th minute, and Bayern, guess what? They've struck again. Wonderful build-up play and a fine finish from the youngster Musiala. How about that? The 17-year-old doubling the lead for Bayern, and it's Lazio 0, Bayern Munich 2. It's all business right now for Bayern as Alphonso Davies really set up that opportunity. He found Lewandowski. Lewandowski laying it off to Musiala, and a fine finish from the youngster. And Bayern are cruising in Rome. Meanwhile, back here, still no score. All the goals happening at Stadio Olimpico. Dangerous ball towards Olivier Giroud. Atleti managed to clear. And that is out for an Atleti throw-in. Angel Correa is met by Alonso. Mount can't quite get by. It's cleared only as far as midfield with Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger finds Christensen. Now it's out wide with Hudson-Odoi. He'll go all the way back to goalkeeper Edouard Mendy. Alonso with the nutmeg pass as he gets it to Mateo Kovacic. Azpilicueta out wide for Hudson-Odoi. Now it's Kovacic. Little miscommunication there. Giroud wanted it played to his feet. Kovacic thought Giroud was making a run towards goal. And in the end, it lands right to Jan Oblak. We'll finally pick it up. A little smile from Giroud. Oblak, a bit of a tease. Just keeping the ball at his feet until Giroud came close. Now he'll punt it well across midfield where we approach the half-hour mark. Still no score. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night from Europe, of course. And that'll be a handball against Lamar. He clearly believes it was off his chest. Yeah, I suppose it did glance off his right arm. It's a bit harsh. His right arm was by his side. That's given away by Christensen. Here come Atleti the other way. Joao Felix can't control the touch. And now it's Jorginho. Jorginho to Kovacic. He'll find Rudiger. Cesar Azpilicueta goes wide. Mount to Hudson-Odoi. Now it's Jorginho again. His delivery headed clear. Back with it, though, are Chelsea. This is Rudiger. Christensen to Jorginho. "29 minutes in, no score from Bucharest." And that, once again, is a through ball with just too much pace. Hudson-Odoi can't get there. And that's been the issue for Chelsea in the attacking third. The final product just hasn't been there. The final pass, they haven't been able to connect on. And you can tell there's some frustration mounting for the visitors. Although technically, of course, this game's at a neutral site. But then again, Chelsea are considered the away team. Oblak takes the goal kick. 0-0 in the first leg of this round of 16 encounter. Correa to Llorente. Played ahead down the sideline. And Rudiger's there for Chelsea. He'll send it forward. Flicked on by Werner. Giroud can't quite control. Half an hour played. 15 minutes remaining in the first half. That pass off the mark to Joao Felix. Back with it are Chelsea. Alonso to Kovacic. Here's Christensen. Wide for Azpilicueta. And that's given away. Atleti back with it. And a throw-in is won by Thomas Lemar. Last touched by Callum Hudson-Odoi. It is Mario Hermoso taking the throw-in. Back out for another throw. Well, it's really the match has played out as we expected for the most part, it does have to be said. Perhaps a high boot from Werner, nothing called. And now a Chelsea throw-in on the way. It's been a bit sloppy so far. Hudson-Odoi gets it back from Werner. Now it's Alonso. Jorginho plays it ahead. And that's right into the arms of Jan Oblak. Oblak punts it across midfield. Header won by Hudson-Odoi. Here's Kovacic. Now it's Rudiger. Back for Andreas Christensen. You'll find Mendy. Mendy out wide, and it takes a bounce over the head of Alonso. And Chelsea turn it over. An apology from Mendy. Llorente will take the throw-in. Llorente, who Atleti got from their rivals, Real Madrid. And he was looking wide for Suarez. Once again, they're just not on the same page for both teams. The passing has just been off in the final third. As Alonso will take the Chelsea throw-in. He goes up the line, and Atleti take it away. All the way back to Oblak. About a dozen minutes to go in the half. Aerial header won by Alonso. And on his way up, perhaps took down Koke. No foul was called. Koke still down for Atleti. Yeah, perhaps the left arm of Alonso caught Koke in the head. But it went uncalled, and with 34 minutes in the books, hopefully from the neutrals' perspective, we can get a more entertaining ending to this half compared to how it's gone so far. Suarez does find Lamar. Lamar in space, clips it ahead. Too far for Suarez. The right idea, but once again, the execution just not there. Yeah, and attempting a pass like that, which requires the utmost skill by Lamar, it has to be inch perfect. And unfortunately for Lamar, it was not. Hudson-Odoi lays it back. Here's Mason Mount. Sends one in, headed clear immediately by Felipe. Here is Rudiger. Poor pass, and Jorginho's touch goes right into the feet of Atleti. Free kick will be given after Thomas Lamar was taken out. Yep, foul against the leader of this Chelsea team, Cesar Azpilicueta. He does have his left hand, by the way, wrapped up. He had sustained an injury to that left hand of his a little while back, a few weeks ago. That pass over the head of Llorente, out for a Chelsea throw-in. Total attempts 4-1 Chelsea. The shots on target just 1-0 in favor of the Blues. There haven't been many opportunities. Can Atleti generate one here? It's a nice pass. It got away from Lamar, though. And the steal by Jorginho leads Chelsea on the counter. And halting that was Saul committing the foul on Mason Mount to slow things down. This is played out wide for Alonso. Alonso back to Jorginho. Service in, and just inches away from getting to it was Callum Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea getting closer and closer, though. They really are. It was a nicely timed run from Hudson-Odoi to stay onside. It was actually Stefan Savic who kept him on. Thomas Tuchel applauding the effort, but still frustrated that the final execution was not there. Hudson-Odoi battling for it with Suarez. Headed down now by Suarez and controlled by Correa. That pass given away, though. Chelsea back with it. Kovacic has it stolen. But it's given right back. Rudiger out wide from Marcos Alonso. 38 minutes in the books. This is now Jorginho. Kovacic. Out wide by Mount. Alonso looking to return the favor, but Llorente there to cut out the pass. 7 minutes to go in the half. Alonso takes the throw-in. Nice through ball. Werner with a shot. And Oblak makes the save of the near post. Chelsea not done. It's headed wide by Azpilicueta. He gets it back from Hudson-Odoi. Now it's Callum Hudson-Odoi yet again. Defended here by Lamar. Jorginho plays it forward, but too much pace on the pass. Mount will not get there. What a chance this was for Werner. Trying to catch Oblak off guard by going to the near post, but Oblak had it covered all the way. But you feel like Chelsea are inching closer to that breakthrough opportunity and ultimately that breakthrough goal that they're searching for. They've had more of the opportunities, even though there's been few and far between both teams combined. Werner forced the steal, but it's one right back by Lamar. Collision in midfield, and down goes Luis Suarez, and a free kick given to Atleti. So here's the free kick for Atletico Madrid. Played ahead towards Suarez. Now controlled at the edge of the area. Koke lost it. And Werner will find Giroud. He lays it back for Kovacic. Kovacic out wide. Space for Alonso. Alonso with the in-swinger to the back post. And the touch sails wide from Mason Mount. He was looking to send it back across the face of goal. To set up Giroud. Yeah, not an easy, not an easy task by any means to, on a one-time effort, try to redirect that ball and pass it perfectly in the air. Here's a good through ball. Chasing it down is Angel Correa. Correa clips one in, and Suarez got it all wrong. Could not get a shot away. All of a sudden, Atleti coming alive. This is what they do on the counter. Now it's Marcos Llorente. Time winding down in the first half. Llorente all the way into the box, but a nice steal by Alonso. Alonso finds Werner. Heavy challenge. And a foul called against Savic. Let's go back to this Atleti chance. Great job to unleash Correa. It was a good cutback, and Suarez just was trying to slide, but mistimed the slide, and the ball got caught up underneath him in the end. Here is Andreas Christensen. Now it's Rudiger. Christensen. Rudiger with the long ball forward. Giroud claiming for a handball. He's in disbelief right now. But the referee seems certain that it was not. Of course, VAR could take a look. The referee is holding up the goal kick here, and it looks like this is being checked anyways. But it's a check at that, as the referee signals play to resume. 2 minutes until we reach first half stoppage time. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. Here's Alonso for Chelsea. And he sends it off of Koke to win the throw-in. Is there a goal before the first half, or will both teams go into the locker room scoreless after 45 minutes of play in the first leg? Rudiger to Kovacic. Here's Jorginho. Kovacic again. Chelsea very patient in the build-up. This is Christensen. Rudiger will go wide. Now it's Marcos Alonso. Rudiger again. Jorginho to Azpilicueta. All the way out wide on the right side. 1-2 combination. Hudson-Odoi back to Mount. Who's looking to cut it back. The effort blocked. It is a corner for Chelsea here. Yeah, crucial touch in the end from Saul. And now Mason Mount will take the corner kick. There's 1 minute added on to this first half. Perhaps the last chance of the half coming here for Chelsea. Here's the outswinger. Headed back by Azpilicueta. And a foul is called against Chelsea. So the Blues unable to make anything out of the corner kick. "20 seconds remain in the half." So Black will take the goal kick, and surely that will do it for the opening 45 minutes, and it will. So after half of the first leg, it is 0-0 between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea from Bucharest. Neutral site location. Technically an Atleti home game. Olivier Giroud pleading his case as to why there should have been a handball called moments ago in the box. But nothing was given. And so we're scoreless at the interval. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. No goals yet. We'll see if it's a different story in the second 45 minutes. 0-0 between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea here on YouTube and Twitch, as both teams head to the locker room to regroup. I'll be back in a moment for the halftime report. Don't go anywhere. It's the UEFA Champions League round of 16, first leg action on this Tuesday night from Europe. I'll be recapping the first half of this game and also the first half of the other Champions League match taking place in Rome between Lazio and Bayern. That's all to come. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. Welcome into the halftime report after 45 minutes of play. No score between Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. 0-0 through 45 minutes. The same cannot be said for the Lazio Bayern game, where Bayern have a 3-0 lead now. They scored a late goal in the first half and are in complete control with 3 away goals already through one half. And Lazio might as well pack the bags right now. First, we'll start with highlights of the Atletico Chelsea game. Atletico, from the start, had that high press of theirs, and it was really a poor giveaway from Mendy that nearly led to a chance just 2 minutes in. Then in the 8th minute, that high press again from Atleti forced Chelsea into a turnover, and they were nearly able to capitalize as Felix crossed one in the back post, and Alonso was there to the rescue for Chelsea to head it clear. And then on the defensive side, Atleti have had 6 at the back. I mean, talk about parking the bus, and that's what they've done whenever Chelsea have had it in Atleti's third of the field. And it's working so far, those tactics from Diego Simeone, as Atleti have been quite frustrated, or rather Chelsea have been quite frustrated when in the attacking third because they haven't been able to create the opportunities that they've been looking for. Meanwhile, Lazio Bayern in Rome, it was Lewandowski, who else, with the opening goal. Then the 17-year-old youngster Musiala would strike and find the back of the net to double the lead. That would make it 2-0. And then late in the first half, 42nd minute, Lazio all out of sorts. It would be a steal by Sané, and then the third goal would shortly come after. A steal by Coman, rather, and then the goal would come shortly thereafter from Sané as he'd put in the rebound after the Coman shot was blocked. Take a break. After the break, I'll continue the halftime report here, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. 0-0 between Chelsea and Atletico. All right, welcome back into the broadcast, everybody, as we are closer and closer to second half action. 0-0 between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. 3-0, Bayern absolutely cruising against Lazio. And despite Bayern's rocky run of form for their standards as of late in the Bundesliga after falling to Frankfurt at the weekend, they are in form more than ever tonight. And it all started early on. Lewandowski capitalizing on a poor back pass, blowing by Pepe Reina and putting it into the empty net. Lewandowski just scores game after game. It's unreal. And that was your first half unmissable moment. Bayern well on their way to victory. Meanwhile, though, in Bucharest, it's all to play for between Atleti and Chelsea. Second half action on the way next between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. No goals yet. We'll see if that changes in the second half, which is next after a quick break. It's UEFA Champions League round of 16, first leg action. Stay tuned. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the broadcast. We're set for second action between Atletico Madrid and Chelsea from Bucharest. Not that thrilling of a first half, but not necessarily unexpected either, because after all, it's a Chelsea team who likes to have a lot of possession, as we saw in that first half, but the final execution just hasn't been there. And it's an Atleti team who are not afraid to sit back and take advantage on the counterattack, which they nearly did on a few occasions. The few opportunities Atleti had, they came close to putting away, but just not quite. Meanwhile, in the other game going on right now in Rome at the Stadio Olimpico, wow, Bayern Munich just with a perfect first half, really, against Lazio. 3 goals, a 3-0 lead, 3 away goals, by the way. Yes, only a fourth of that two-legged series has been completed, but surely Lazio can pack up their bags right now because it's a big mountain to climb against the European giants, the defending Champions League winners, of course, in Bayern Munich. A much more interesting contest, though, between Atleti and Chelsea. No goals after 45 minutes. We'll see if the second half is more the same story or if we'll get some goals on the board. That remains to be seen. The second 45 underway. Atleti kick things off, going from right to left. Chelsea heading from left to right in these final 45 minutes. And with it here is Felipe out wide for Hermoso. João Felix looking for Thomas Lemar, but it's given away. That high press once again for Atleti, looking to force Chelsea into a turnover. Long ball played towards Werner, and Oblak comes out of his box to deal with it. Out wide for Marcos Llorente. Now Oblak sends it across midfield. Header won by Alonso, by Christensen rather. However, he did go over the back of Suarez, and a free kick granted to Atleti. Long ball on the free kick, headed back by Azpilicueta. He thought Mendy was coming out, but Mendy never came out, and so it's a corner kick for Atletico Madrid. Bit of miscommunication at the back. The Atleti were ready to pounce. And so here comes the corner. It's Thomas Lemar to take it. An out-swinging delivery. And Mount was fouled. Free kick going out. Neither team has really been able to capitalize on set pieces. Well, obviously with the score 0-0, but not even, create chances and test Mendy and Oblak respectively. Mendy takes the goal kick. Now it's brought ahead by Antonio Rudiger. Remember, a back three tonight for Chelsea, which was a bit interesting. A 3-4-2-1 formation from Thomas Tuchel. Hudson-Odoi looked to keep it in, and he did. This is sent ahead to Werner. Werner surveying his options. But the pass is cut out. He was seeking Mount. And Lemar blasted off of Hudson-Odoi for an Atletico throw-in. Well, we've got another update. Just 1 minute into the second half. And Bayern Munich, who already had a 3-0 lead on the counter, have scored a fourth. Leroy Sané dancing on the ball, setting up. I believe it was Davies making the run to the back post, but in the end, it's actually an own goal. And the night just gets worse and worse for the home side, Lazio. 4-0. Bayern with a demolition. Wow. And they wasted no time in scoring another one. Second half just barely started. Here's still a scoreless draw. And we do have a foul against Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, a bit reckless. falling through on Luis Suarez. So a free kick given to Atleti. Mount with a steal, laid back to Jorginho. Jorginho out wide for Marcos Alonso. Jorginho again clips one in towards Hudson-Odoi. Lamar gets there first, but Hudson-Odoi back with it. Azpilicueta to Mount. Nice move by Mount onto the left foot. His strike blocked. Now it lands to the feet of Jorginho. He'll get it back from Azpilicueta. Now it's Kovacic. What's going on, Casper? Thanks for tuning in. I cannot show the match due to copyright reasons. That's why I stated that this is my play-by-play commentary. I cannot show the match, unfortunately. I would have my account banned if I did so. Yeah, I apologize, man. We've got another update, though, for the Lazio-Bayern match. Lazio have now scored. It's a goal fest in Rome. It's now 4-1 Bayern. Wow, what a match that is. But Lazio still with a big mountain to climb. Are you a Chelsea fan? I've got my Chelsea kid on here, so hopefully they do pull through tonight. But I appreciate you tuning in. 5 minutes into the second half. Good cross by Hudson-Odoi, but Atleti able to clear. And now it's brought back the other way by Llorente. Correa, in the end, called for a foul. Chelsea free kick on the way. Well, about as contrasting as you can get between the two Champions League games taking place. It's goals galore in that Lazio-Bayern game. And here a much more tactical approach from both teams. A cagey affair, as many anticipated. Rudiger back to Mendy. Under a bit of pressure from Suarez, and he's forced to send it out of play. And that's off of Alonso. Another Atleti throw in here. We'll see what they can do. It's 0-0 currently, no score. Thanks for tuning in, Shakizi. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, no score yet. It's been a very tactical and cagey match. Not many chances for both teams, but it does remain scoreless here. Although that could change. Advantage given. Great through ball. Here's Timo Werner into the box. Werner crosses one in, but to the rescue, it's Stefan Savic. Nope, rather Felipe, excuse me. Felipe with the clearance. And that's last-ditch defending from the fullback of Atleti. Maybe play will start to open up a bit more here. The second half just underway. Here is Mount. Hudson-Odoi to Azpilicueta. Now it's Kovacic. We'll get it back from Werner. Out wide with Rudiger. Azpilicueta again, and once again, Atleti have everybody behind the ball except Suarez at the moment. This is out wide with Hudson-Odoi. He finds Kovacic. Rudiger. 54 minutes played. Early stages of the second half. Still no score. First leg in the round of 16 of this year's UEFA Champions League. Chelsea now on the attack. Kovacic played out wide by Giroud. Alonso sends one in, headed away Savic. And now chasing it down is Llorente. And out it goes for a Chelsea throw-in. Well, Chelsea have looked a bit more promising in the attacking third. But Atleti, per usual, playing solid defensively. Can Chelsea break through? Hudson-Odoi on his left foot, strike deflected. And in the end, it's a comfortable save for Jan Oblak. But that's what you'd like to see Chelsea do more of. Take advantage of some half chances, because you're not going to get a lot of clear-cut opportunities against the stingy Atleti defense. And you can't really blame Hudson-Odoi for taking that shot. And that's a poor pass. Played out of bounds by Jorginho. It'll be Mario Hermoso to take the throw-in. Here's Suarez. Suarez with a nice touch out wide. It's now Llorente into Correa. Correa cuts one back. Suarez the shot. And in the way was Marcos Alonso. A decent opportunity there for Suarez, the Uruguayan, a former Barca, Liverpool, and Ajax striker, who's really provided a spark for this Atleti team. And he's a big reason why they're top of La Liga at the moment. It'll be an outswinging delivery on the corner kick from Correa. It's played short, and Chelsea have no problem clearing. All the way back to midfield now, and it's chased down by Savic. Oblak across midfield, chested down by Rudiger. One back by Atleti. The pass couldn't quite get through to Suarez, and now Chelsea back with it. "57 minutes played. Thanks all for tuning in. No goals yet, but perhaps that could change soon. It's the game's starting to open up a bit more, which obviously from a neutral's perspective you'd like to see. Kovacic into Jorginho. Now it's Azpilicueta. And knocked off the ball there was Mount. As Koke, the captain of Atleti, will go back to Oblak. Oblak to midfield. Wide for Felix, who's been very quiet, hasn't had the ball all that much. He finds Lamar. Lamar, cross in. Alonso with the header, spectacular effort, sent over the bar. Joao Felix going for goal on the bicycle kick. What a goal this would have been had he been able to put it on target. Just couldn't quite keep it low enough. He has the confidence, though, to try something like that. He has the skill as well, doesn't he? All right, Chelsea now the other way. We approach the hour mark. This is Alonso. Now it's into the feet of Jorginho. Hudson-Odoi looking to cut it back off of Lamar. A corner kick here for Chelsea. Well, we've seen more chances at both ends for each team. And now Atleti will have to defend this corner as Mount will deliver the set piece. Deliver on the set piece, I should say, as the referee talks things over, I should say, with Chelsea and Atleti players tussling in the area. Mount's ready to deliver. Headed to the edge of the box. Sent back in by Jorginho. Pinball here. And in the end, it lands into the hands of Oblak. A quick punt downfield. Suarez with the control, and he gets an arm to the face, it appeared. Play on, says the referee, and an effort on the chip from long distance sent wide as Suarez took an arm to the face from Kovacic. Advantage was given, and while Suarez went down, and Atleti carried on with the play, and I couldn't quite make out who it was who attempted that chip from long range. Wasn't the worst of ideas, trying to catch Mendy off guard, but the accuracy just wasn't there. 0-0, an hour played, half an hour to go in the first leg of this round of 16 tie. Look at the passes completed. 442 for Chelsea, just 152 for Atleti. The passing accuracy, 87% for Chelsea, 72% for Atletico. I didn't bring up the possession stats because they weren't listed there, but that gives you a clue as to how this game has been played. It's been Chelsea with the majority of the possession. Werner plays it behind Alonso, and Atleti take it away. That's out for an Atletico throw-in. This is a home game for Atletico, even though it's being played in Bucharest, Romania. This is actually the venue where Atleti won the 2012 Europa League final against their La Liga counterparts in Athletic Bilbao. It was a commanding 3-0 victory very early on in Diego Simeone's tenure at the club. That was actually his first silverware with the club. Now has been there, of course, for a decade. So this is, I guess, the second best place to have a home match other than the Wanda Metropolitano for Atleti, because they have had success here. Fond memory of winning that Europa League final against Athletic Bilbao. The reason why the home match had to be moved to a neutral site is because Spain aren't allowing people from England to enter the country at the moment. So they had no choice but to move it. And it stinks for Atleti. It's not really their fault, but it is what it is in these COVID times. And we'll have our first booking of the match. The yellow card shown as it'll be awarded to Llorente. Yeah, definitely a tactical foul here. After Werner blocked Llorente's pass, Llorente knew he was in a bit of trouble. So he takes one for the team there. Tuchel immediately rose out of the dugout, knowing very well that that was worthy of a yellow card. The referee thought so as well. First yellow of the game. A poor pass there. It's played behind Hudson-Odoi. And that's been the issue with Chelsea a lot. There's just been some poor passes in the final third. And it's really been it's prevented them from getting any type of rhythm because they've been quite inconsistent in possession. Don't get me wrong, Atleti have had the same problems as João Felix with his pace forces the foul to be committed, or else he would have been off to the races. You know, that could be a yellow as well, and it will be. Yeah, that's what Atleti were claiming. And Jorginho is shown yellow. Well, at least the intensity is starting to pick up a bit. Both teams trying to get something going. But then again, both teams with some tactical fouls to slow down any momentum. So Jorginho, the Italian, is booked. He will miss the next match due to yellow card accumulation. So the second leg will be a no-go for Jorginho due to that yellow. The yellow cards do carry over from the group stage into the knockout stages. Diego Simeone has also been shown yellow for something he said on the sideline. Simeone, one of the most animated coaches there are. Maybe the most animated coach in Europe. You could definitely make an argument. For his standards, he's been a bit quiet tonight, hasn't he? 65 minutes in the books. Chelsea goal kick here as they'll work it out of the back. Still no score, 0-0. Jorginho to Rudiger. All the way back again to Edward Mendy. Mendy, who's been superb since joining Chelsea. He's had a clean sheet in more than every other game. And so far, a clean sheet preserved up until this point. However, still a lot of time left. Here is Rudiger. The return leg will be in 3 weeks' time. 3 weeks in a day to be exact. To decide who moves on to the quarterfinal. Here is Werner. Mount back to Werner, and it was a lazy first touch. Atleti take it away. That pass too far ahead of Lamar. Back with the Blues. Here is Jorginho. Mateo Kovacic into Mason Mount. Mount played it just behind Werner. And that's what I mean when I say the final pass, the final product hasn't been there. A lot of times we've seen the midfield and forwards of Chelsea just not on the same page. Werner was making a run towards the middle and towards goal, but Werner thought he was running, I suppose, towards the corner flag because that pass was well off the mark. It looks like Diego Simeone set to make his first change of the game. Neither manager has used a substitute yet, but that will change here. Remember, in the Champions League, there are 5 substitutions available, and the newly implemented concussion substitute does not count towards the 5 substitutions. So we've seen that a bit, or at least I have in the Premier League anyways, where if a player is in concussion protocol and there is a head injury, they can come off for another player. They can be replaced by another player, and that won't count towards the overall number of substitutions. As this is a good ball in, bouncing ball, Giroud, what a goal! A bicycle kick, but it will not count. The flag is raised. The Frenchman thought he had the breakthrough goal. A superb effort, all for nothing though. The celebrations were quickly paused. The flag raised by the assistant on the near side. Let's see here. It bounced quite nicely for Jorginho, I believe. And he just knocked it ahead. He really set up Giroud quite perfectly, but there was still a lot more to do for the Frenchman who sent the bicycle kick in. However, the flag went up. It was definitely close. I'd like to see it again. I'd like to see the replay again. It is being checked, so hold on. Hold your horses, because VAR needs to get involved at least once a game, right? The check currently taking place. Atleti holding their breaths at the moment. It definitely looked extremely close, but clearly as the review is taking a while, It was a very close call. And as the assistant referee is told, he didn't raise the flag until after the ball found the back of the net. So then you have the ability, just in case it was onside, to overturn the decision and let the goal count. And that's what the assistants are told on close calls like that, where it can be difficult to tell. A lengthy review taking place. VAR checking the goal. I'm not sure why we're not being shown replays. I'm sure they're coming in any moment, but right now, the camera just on the referee. He hasn't been told yet, anyways, to go over to the monitor himself. Although with these long reviews, with such a long review, maybe he will be told to go over to the monitor. What do I think it will be? I'm honestly unsure. They only showed one replay, so I need to see it again. I do. I need to see it again. I mean, since it's taking a while, I tend to think, maybe they got it wrong and this was onside. Perhaps the goal will count, but I need to see it at least another time. They only showed it once. And the goal's given. So there you go. Olivier Giroud's spectacular effort does count indeed. It's Atletico 0, Chelsea 1 in the 71st minute. So there's the answer. No offsides. The goal counts. VAR with the intervention. And I would like to say they got it right. I'm sure they did. Now they'll show the replay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's because it deflected. It was played by the Atleti defender. And that's why, despite Giroud being in offside position, the goal stood. And what an unbelievable goal it was. Perhaps the goal of the Champions League so far. Yep, Chelsea with the goal. Yep, it was played by Mario Hermoso, the right back. He intentionally played the ball. It did go off his foot, and that's why Giroud was ruled onside, because after it touched Hermoso, it didn't matter. It was deliberately played, and Giroud's goal in the 71st minute puts Chelsea on top, and it's a crucial away goal as well for the Blues. And now Atleti will have to be attacking minded. We'll see what type of response they can provide. And this game all of a sudden got a lot interesting. It was only a matter, of a goal being scored, and then that would completely change the complexion of the game. Well, we've got that. Now that we've got that goal, you'd expect more open play. Well, Chelsea will be content sitting back now, but Atleti will certainly be going for it. This should be an intriguing final 17 or 18 minutes or so. Nice combination play. Here's Felix. Suarez out wide for Lamar. Lamar through ball to Felix. Felix, patient, gets it to Correa, and it's off of Correa for a goal kick. It deflected off the leg of Jorginho, but back off of Correa, and a goal kick given. And now a double substitution on the way. We'll see Hakim Ziyech and N'Golo Kante enter the match for Chelsea. Kovacic will make way. A bit of a quiet night from Kovacic. And so we'll see what Hakim Ziyech can do. The Algerian, acquired from Ajax over the summer, enters. Mason Mount will also come out of the match as Ziyech replaces Kovacic and Kante replaces Mount. So those are the two changes made by Tuchel. A little over a quarter of an hour remains. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This is played ahead by the Oblak. Felix had his pass stolen. Kante blasted ahead. But right back to Atleti it goes. And that will be a free kick for Atleti. One 0 Chelsea lead. A goal by Giroud, and what a goal it was. That's the difference so far. Bicycle kick effort. Giroud has been so productive for this Chelsea team, hasn't he? Whenever he's given the opportunity, he usually wastes no time in finding the back of the net. And it was a goal that was originally called off for offsides. VAR took a look, and it was overturned. Under some pressure here are Chelsea. Original strike deflected, and the second effort from Correa is blocked. Now it's Hudson-Odoi at his own corner flag looking to clear. Here is Ziyech. Advantage given. Ziyech goes wide for Timo Werner. Werner has his cross blocked out for a Chelsea throw-in. Good job tracking back by Hermoso. Chelsea, by the way, are the only team ever to win, the only English team ever to win at away at Atletico Madrid in a Champions League game. Technically, this isn't at Atletico Madrid, but it is a home game for them, even though it's being played in Bucharest. And could it happen again? This is wide with João Felix. Felix ahead to Lamar. Atleti looking to tie it up late. Lamar gets away from Jorginho. Correa plays it wide. And it fell for Koke, but his touch goes right in to the feet of Mendy, who picks it up and will roll it out to Christensen. 77 minutes now played. This is a result Chelsea would happily take here in the first leg. But still time left. Chelsea looking out on another one meanwhile. Here's Timo Werner. Werner cuts it back. Giroud lays it off for Alonso. Now it's over to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi clips one in, headed away, and now a strike from outside the box by Ziyech is blocked. Conte out wide for Chelsea. Sent towards the back post, and a leaping Oblak gets there before Giroud. And Atleti will still have, I should say, some time to grab an equalizer late, but they're slowly but surely running out of that time. 12 minutes remain, plus stoppage time, of course. On this Tuesday night of Champions League action from Bucharest, Romania. Neutral site venue for this Atleti home game. Due to COVID regulations in Spain. This is played out wide by Correa. Now towards Suarez. And going at it with Rudiger. And they'll have to be braked up by the referee. It will be a goal kick. Mendy intervening as well. Suarez still going at it with Rudiger. And now the referee will have a word with both of them. Well, Suarez definitely familiar to the trash-talking game. And it looks like he just took a kick at Rudiger, and then Rudiger took exception. Actually, corner kick has been granted. It was last off of Rudiger. And now Chelsea will make their third change of the match. Callum Hudson-Odoi will make way for Reece James. So that's the third of 5 possible substitutions for Thomas Tuchel. We'll see if James can provide a flair off the bench. Here comes a promising corner kick for Atleti with about 10 minutes to play. Sent to the near post, headed away by Chelsea. In towards Felix. Once again, it's out of the box. Felix will chase it down, keeps it in play. Lamar curls one in. Chelsea clear again. Chelsea defense been solid tonight. No goals allowed up until this point. Can they keep it that way for the final 10 minutes? Shouts for a handball, but it's not called. Chelsea back in possession. And Diego Simeone is getting set to make a number of changes shortly. Rudiger all the way to the other side. By the way, the possession is 61 to 39% in favor of Chelsea. Total attempts 10-6. Shots on target 4 for Chelsea, 0 for Atleti. They haven't even had a shot on target up until this point. It'll actually be 3 changes made by Simeone, his first 3 of the match. So we'll see Angel Correa come off. He'll be one of the players making way. He's replaced by Moussa Dembele. And I believe Renan Lodi will also come on for Atletico. I'll confirm that in a moment. Get you caught up on the substitutions made. This is flicked ahead by Suarez. Headed away by Rudiger. Llorente, though, back with it. And it's poked ahead, but there was no way that Dembele was going to get to that. And Mendy will roll it out for Chelsea. Chelsea will work it out of the back. 8 minutes remain. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It's the UEFA Champions League round of 16. As it looks like Simeone set to make a 4th substitution at the next stoppage in play. 1-0, Chelsea on top thanks to the spectacular bicycle kick goal from Giroud. Can they get a second here? Werner closing in. Werner goes for goal, but sends it right into the side netting. However, it did take a deflection for a corner kick. Lucas Torreira came in for Saul. That was another change made by Simeone. And Lodi was the other player who came on for Atletico Madrid. So here comes the Chelsea corner. It's an in-swinger to the back post. Headed back by Werner. Flicked wide by Rudiger. And that'll be a foul against Werner. 84 minutes played now. Another change here for Atleti. It looks like Hermoso will come off, and Vitolo is his replacement. This is back with Mendy. Time running out for Atleti. Chelsea with the away goal, lead 1-0. And going back to Stamford Bridge, this would be a Good result for Chelsea heading into that second leg in 3 weeks' time. By the way, Renan Lodi came on for Joao Felix, so that was who Lodi replaced. It just really wasn't Felix's night. He's had some special moments with Atleti after making the move from Benfica, but yeah, just not. It's not been his. It wasn't. It hasn't been his night. Hasn't really been anyone's night for Atleti. Still not a shot on goal, as I mentioned. And speaking of Lodi, he wins the free kick for Atleti. Looking to take it is Torreira. He gets it into Lamar. 5 minutes until we reach stoppage time. That long ball goes right to Mendy. He says, "Thank you very much." And Chelsea looking to see out this victory on the road. Looks like Tuchel's set to make his final 2 changes. Here are Atleti. Chelsea to win the throw-in. It could not be kept in play on this near side by Vitolo. And now here come those substitutions for Chelsea. Well, Captain America will come on. Christian Pulisic. You love to see it entering the match. I am an American, so I love to see Pulisic out there. Kai Havertz will also enter the match. He'll replace the goal scorer, Olivier Giroud. What a goal it was from Giroud. And that will go into the hands of Jan Oblak. 3.5 minutes now until stoppage time. 1-0 Chelsea lead it. A little shove from behind by Havertz and a free kick given. Christian Pulisic replacing Timo Werner, by the way. So all 5 substitutions used. Yeah, absolutely. The U.S. do have a lot of exciting players, a lot of exciting young players, to be precise. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely hopeful as a big U.S. men's national team fan myself. I love to see a lot of, these U.S. players doing well in Europe and for big clubs as well. Pulisic, of course, with Chelsea, although he hasn't played that as much as he'd probably like these last few weeks since Tuchel's taken over. But McKennie, of course, with Juventus. Those are the 2 obvious ones, but of course, Tyler Adams with Leipzig, Gio Reyna with Dortmund. So yeah, there's a number of them for sure. Yeah, definitely. That's the aim. 2026 is definitely the year. The U.S. will be hosting the World Cup, of course. Yeah, hopefully they can put something together by then and make a deep run. The future is definitely bright for the U.S. I will say that. After, of course, the disappointment of them missing out on the 2018 World Cup. Just pure disaster, losing that last qualifier against Trinidad and not getting into the World Cup. That was the lowest of all lows, that's for sure. Well, we're about a minute plus away from stoppage time. Do Atleti have an equalizer in them, or will Chelsea come away with the victory? Putting the brakes on and reversing the other way here is Vitolo. Giroud's 68th minute goal, the difference. Here is Savic now. Chelsea with everyone back, understandably so, just trying to hold on to the lead and take this 1-0 lead into the second leg with that crucial away goal as well. This is played back to Oblak. Atleti surely have to play with more urgency. Out wide it goes for Lodi, and it's turned over in a dangerous area. Ziyech wide, and Havertz sends one in. It took a deflection on the way. Oblak was alert, able to make the save, and we officially are into second half stoppage time. We've reached the 90-minute mark, and 6 minutes are added on. So that's a lifeline for Atleti. Can they take advantage? At the edge of the box, it'll land to Jorginho. And he smartly sends it off of Dembele, and it's out for a Chelsea throw-in, which they'll be in no particular hurry to take. Headed forward by Savic. Back out once again for a Chelsea throw-in. It will be Alonso to take the throw-in for Chelsea. A minute played, 6 added on in the second half. Olivier Giroud, what a goal it was. And this is exactly, the type of result that if Chelsea were going to get the win, we expected, At least I did. I thought it was going to be a cagey affair like we saw, and that one goal would probably be the difference. There could still be a late goal. That's always a possibility. We'll see. Here is Kai Havertz. Havertz, who was acquired from Leverkusen over the summer. Now Rudiger. Atleti just can't get possession at the moment. It's played all the way down into the hands of Oblak. This is sent across midfield. A good punt by Oblak. On the ball now is Renan Lodi. Sent out wide. Now back into the middle. Here's Koke. On the turn, it's Vitolo. Nice steal as Torreira had it taken away. And a heavy challenge, free kick given. Hold on, I just have to fix something real quickly. I'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, I apologize about that. A yellow card, by the way, was handed out to Thomas Lemar. I apologize that the feed is a bit laggy. I don't know why that's the case here. Trying to fix that, but oh well, we're in the final minutes anyways. I appreciate all of you who stopped by tonight. Or this afternoon here in the U.S. At the edge of the box, this is Conte. N'Golo Conte finds Havertz. Havertz back to Reece James. Now it's Ziyech. Ziyech with a curling effort trying to seek out Alonso. The pass is cut out. But Atleti turn it back over. Antonio Rudiger is there for Chelsea. Now it's taken towards the corner flag. And Llorente sends it out of play. 2 minutes remain. Here comes the throw. And it was a foul throw. Wow. Chelsea won it back. Nice touch from Ziyech, and that is blasted off the face of Pulisic, who appears to be all right. Here's Torreira. A harsh tackle from Ziyech. Free kick awarded to Atleti. Just a minute remains now. Time running out. Is there one last chance for Atletico Madrid? The lag went away, so that's good. Koke floats it over the head of Lodi, and that's a wasted free kick in the end. A shake of the head from Simeone, and Chelsea will have a throw in. Reece James to take it. And a foul called, a free kick going out for Chelsea. Atleti only their cause at this point. It looks like Reece James is drawing blood from his knee. Could have been a card, really. And we're past the 6 minutes. The free kick taken and the final whistle blown. It's all over in Bucharest. And it's Atletico 0, Chelsea 1. Olivier Giroud's spectacular bicycle kick effort in the 69th minute, which was originally called off for offsides, was overturned. The goal counted, and Chelsea get the win on the road. A crucial away goal, and Atleti with much work to do in the return leg. But after all, it is still just a one-goal game on aggregate heading into that second leg. It should be a fascinating second leg, to say the least, in London. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast. Yep, I've been commentating games for a while now. I used to do it on this website called Sportscaster, but they're unfortunately shutting down in March. At least that's what I've heard. So I decided to go over here on YouTube. I also am streaming on Twitch, and yeah, I commentate a variety of sports. I'm an aspiring sports broadcaster. Commentate my high school's sports games. So yeah, just a lot of practice, and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it for you guys who tune in. And yeah, just getting my YouTube channel started off the ground. So I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. And what a result for Chelsea on the road. Get a 1-0 win over Atletico Madrid, as that will put a wrap on my broadcast. I am Samuel Reese, signing off, saying good night, and I'll see you next time. Olivier Giroud, the difference. 1-0 the final after one leg. See you next time, folks.